Hi YouTube, and this is JTrain997 back with another figure review. This time, the DC Universe Classics Wave 7 Build-A-Figure, Atom Smasher. Also, I'm going to be doing a review of all 7 figures from the line, which was fantastic. Okay, so let's just try popping it up. This is not a tripod, so don't get excited. Okay, he's obviously the tallest Build-A-Figure they've made so far. And you can see all other DC Universe Classics just kind of come up to his arm, maybe. Okay, the articulation on the arm is actually kind of lacking, which is the first thing I noticed. He's really hard to rotate at the shoulder. But once you've got it worked around a little bit, you can pose it how you want it. But still, no matter how much you fight with it, it's still going to give you a lot of resistance every time you move it. The leg articulation is the same, which is good for the size of a Build-A-Figure. The legs are not too stiff, not too tight, which is nice. Torso joints actually loosened up a lot since the Ocean Warrior Aquaman review. And the head, which was a snap-on piece by itself, actually has a little more articulation than normal, giving you the ability to cock it to the side and so on and so forth. So overall, this is a fantastic Build-A-Figure. He's what the DC Universe Classics should be trying to do, because so far I feel Marvel has been easily beating them on Build-A-Figures with Sentinel, Galactus, Fing Fang Foom, all of those almost a foot tall, and this guy who's finally, on the way to what they should be. Now, next wave's going to have Giganta. I'm not sure, because I heard a lot of rumors around how tall she is. From what I hear, she's supposed to be about a foot tall, but I don't know. I don't want to say she is or she isn't. Okay, but overall, Atom Smasher is great, and I'm going to give this guy a 9 out of 10. He's just a good figure. He's a good size. He's in the Justice Society right now. Other than that, I don't know a lot about him. I think he's the stepson of the original Atom, and I know he used to be able to phase through objects as well as increase his height. They don't really talk about him phasing through objects anymore, because he had a different superhero name when they did that. And actually the way he grows is his bones break as he grows and then reform as he shrinks. He can go to about, it's kind of, some places vary, but it's usually the height's 50 or 60 foot before he becomes unstable. But the detail on him is nice, and like I said, he's getting a 9 for just being on the right track, and they obviously went with more figures to make him bigger. And they didn't lose any of the detail that he should have had. Okay. Now on to the review of the line as a whole. Ocean Warrior Aquaman. I gave this guy a 7 for just being plain old Aquaman with a body that's actually lacking what the original Aquaman was. He doesn't even have the fins and such that were on the original Aquaman. Okay. Kid Flash. 7.5. He's great, but only to accent Flash. He's a lot smaller than the other figures in the series. I don't know how big Robin was, but he actually might be a little bit smaller than Robin. I'm not sure. I loved him, but only to go with Flash. Blue Beetle. I gave this character an 8. He was a fantastic sculpt, but his joints were tighter than any other figure in the entire DC Universe Classics line that I've ever dealt with, which was really difficult. So, I'm sticking with an 8, but I was really disappointed by that. Booster Gold. I gave this guy a 9.5. He's easily one of my favorite DC Universe Classics ever, if not my favorite. This guy had fantastic paint, a fantastic accessory, and was just all around great. The detail on him was also jaw-dropping. So, I definitely loved him. Big Barda. I gave her a 7, the same as I gave Harley Quinn. Her detail wasn't fantastic, and her articulation is actually hindered quite a bit from other figures. So I was disappointed, but I really only bought her, like Kid Flash, to go with Flash. I wanted her to go with Mr. Miracle. Okay, Captain Cold. I gave him a 7. Probably the most disappointing figure out of the entire wave. His holster does not close properly, he does not hold the gun well, but the detail is fantastic. So it was kind of, it wasn't kind of, it was intensely disappointed with that figure. Flash. I gave this character a 9. He is by far the best Flash figure they've ever made. He has a very nice paint job, very nice details, and was all around really just up there with Booster Gold. I just thought Booster Gold, the little robot accessory, put him over the top for me, which gave him the extra half point. But still, definitely Booster and Flash are my two favorite figures that they've made in this line so far that I have. I haven't touched Wave 3 or 5, and I'm still lacking a few figures from Wave 1 and 4. But overall, I'm going to give this line as a whole an 8.5. It was right at a 9, but with things like Aquaman and Captain Cold and Big Barda's disappointment, if they would have changed those out, it would have been fantastic. Now, I know the next wave, as I've said, is gigantic. It comes with a Gentleman Ghost figure, Mr. Terrific, Dr. Fate, 2 Parademons, a Hawk Girl, which I know people, as much as they love Hawkman, should be very excited about Hawk Girl, and a Vigilante figure, which I really want, as well as Gentleman Ghost. Yeah, but they've obviously are going with more figures for the bigger Build-A-Figure. And actually the wave after the next one, the Wave 9, will have a Green Arrow and Black Canary. And they had an online poll that said that they're going to make a question figure. Now, if you've ever talked to me in messages, you know that the two figures that I've been really waiting on since they've made Beetle, Flash, and Booster are I want a Question and I want a Stargirl from Justice Society. So, they've already said they're going to make Question, they just haven't announced which wave they're going to put him in. So I'm really looking forward to that. But this is JTrain997. I wanted to thank all my subscribers, everyone who rates and comments as well. And I'll see you soon, YouTube.